Um, Good evening, everyone. What's up? Just ate a satisfying meal and topped it off with a measly dessert. This is Mr. Hata speaking. Previously, there were rants on school and a few other things. This rant of the day is on a cartoon from Nickelodeon that was once popular and well known, but not as much as SpongeBob SquarePants. It's a long-lasting show and is The Fairly Odd Parents. This cartoon came out in 2001 and was created by Butch Hartman. It aired for 5 years and was very successful for 5 or 6 seasons. However, unlike SpongeBob, it was revived. 2 years later, in 2008, it was revived with the special Fairly Odd Baby, which turned out disastrous, extremely disastrous. That's when Poof was introduced to the show, which was a mistake, a big mistake. Who on earth thought that baby was a good idea to begin with? That should have never happened ever. That ran until 2011. Then there was a Fairly Odd Pet special, quote unquote special, in early 2013 with another season. So yeah, that's the history of the Fairly Odd Parents. It really was nothing great to begin with, to be honest. Basically, this ever popular cartoon has three time periods. The first was from 2001 to 2006, the old. The second was the newer, which had Poof from 2008 to 2011. The third had Sparky, the Fairly Odd Pet or Dog, 2013 to the present. The time between is when no episodes came out. One was from it being ended, and the other was from it being on hiatus. Yeah, it's quite a mystery why there are almost no rants on this cartoon, but there are a lot from SpongeBob SquarePants because a bunch of popular YouTube channels did one. There are only like 5 rants on this show itself, which there should be a lot more, to be honest. Most people have seen the downfall of the immensely popular show of SpongeBob SquarePants, but more people have seen that than on this show. Now, no one, no wonder why there are many SpongeBob rants. There is not much of a downfall in the show because it was just okay to begin with. But there is stuff to talk about, not as much as SpongeBob SquarePants. However, Fairly Odd Parents has enough problems for its own rant. That's why today's rant is on the Fairly Odd Parents. It's not just the characters themselves, but it's also the plots themselves. There are at least 10 bad episodes out there. Okay, time to take a look at the characters, shall we? Yeah, there should have been a rant on the show like over a year and a half ago, even before the Fairly Odd Pet. As everyone knows, the protagonist or main character is that 10-year-old boy named Timmy Turner who has fairies for his long-lasting misery. The fairies are Cosmo and Wanda, so whatever happened here, Timmy's a dumb 10-year-old who barely knows anything. He's got the IQ of Homer Simpson and is really nothing but a whiny little kid that gets all F's in 5th grade. How pathetic is that? Very pathetic. Extremely pathetic. Not to mention that he's kind of a spoiled brat. First of all, he doesn't even need these fairies that much. Maybe just a few times, just maybe. He deserves to lose them and get thrown into a rat-infested dump. Why on earth does he still have his fairies? Hasn't he grown up already? For the past 8 or 9 years, Timmy has not grown up. Just like Arthur, that popular PBS kids show. Seriously, grow up, you ungrateful, spoiled brat. What on earth has Timmy done to deserve those Fairly Odd Parents? Now let's see for just a moment. Oh yeah, one would know. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's just an average kid. He hasn't done much at all. He's just like everyone else out there in the world. Almost no one on the face of this earth deserves fairies except for probably like one person in this world who goes out of their way to do something for years and gets nothing in return. That's far less than 1% of the world, probably as little as 0.00001%. Cosmo is so dumb and annoying to the point that he needs to be beaten up or slapped in the face. Gosh, he never shuts up. Is he on drugs or something? Yeah, he must be pretty high to be like this. He has so many dumb obsessions every episode to the point that there is something wrong with him. What on earth is wrong with him? Someone please lock him up somewhere. Wanda worries too much over everything and can be crazy at times. There's really nothing to say about her except that she uses sport quite often, referring to Timmy as an adolescent. Poor lad. Mr. Crocker is pretty crazy about the fairies and really does not teach educational stuff at all, but is probably the only good character in the show. It's funny to see him go insane over fairies and hunt them down, which is pretty cool. At least he's not a spoiled brat like some characters one may know. As for the others, fairies, there's Jorgen, a fairy that sounds drunk and goes insane over everything and cannot do anything right. He thinks he's such a boss, but really is not. No, he's not a boss. He's just a dummy that thinks he's above the law. Oh yeah, Timmy's parents are so dumb, especially Timmy's dad. Timmy's mom at least has a bit of common sense and knows when Timmy's missing and actually cares about Timmy just a smidge. There are times when Timmy's parents don't even care about him at all. They usually don't even look after him nowadays. They care more about themselves than him. How on earth does Timmy's dad even have a job if he's that dumb? He didn't even go to college for Pete's sakes. So how is he even a white-collar worker? He can't do anything right. Wouldn't he be homeless if he was that dumb? How is Timmy still in their house after all this child neglect and all that? Yeah, Mr. Turner's so dumb that he can't even see if Timmy's there or not. He probably would replace Timmy in a heartbeat with someone else and use him as his servant, loyal servant instead of him. Vicky barely shows up, but is so obnoxious. Nothing to say about her, just nothing. Nothing at all. Chester and AJ, the two best friends of Timmy, barely even make an appearance at all. Francis almost never shows up either, the school bully. Juanissimo is just about his own looks, which would probably obsess over selfies in reality, which is nothing great, and he's in love with Wanda. The one time he's cool is when he says, "Ay caramba!" That's it. Poof the baby. Oh, goodness gracious. That has to be by far the worst character in this entire series. There are a lot of times when it was all Poof's fault for everything in one episode, and that there's trouble. That big baby has been nothing but trouble this whole time, not to mention that he's a spoiled brat, just like Timmy Turner. Why doesn't that little brat ever get punished for all he's done? Screw that baby, just screw it. Screw it all. That baby or spoiled brat is so darn useless that he deserves to be executed. All he ever does is say, "Poof, poof," and float around, doing nothing at all constructive. Poof, you suck. You can't do anything right. Wow, Cosmo and Wanda are so irresponsible that they can't even do anything. They suck as parents. They never take disciplinary action ever, even when it's time, except for that one time. Gosh, what's wrong with these people? Can't they ever see what's going on? Nope, they're just a bunch of dummies. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm brain dead. The problem with this show is that Timmy, he gets so many things he wants, such as like expensive food, toys, etc. He wishes for a chocolate bar, he gets it. He wishes for a pencil, he gets it. He could wish for thousands of dollars worth of stuff that no one else can get just because he's quote-unquote special. He's not special. He's just a normal kid. There's nothing great about him. He's just a kid that gets all F's. Is there anything else to say about him? Nope, I don't think so. Unless the one who views it thinks of something else better than that. Moving on, Trixie Tang is an attractive little Asian girl that is nothing but a spoiled brat just like Timmy and Poof. She's so bratty, snobbish, rich, stuck up, and mean. Yes, she would be very attractive in real life. Why does she hate Timmy so much? Whatever did he do? Gosh, she's so ill-mannered. She doesn't have class at all despite how rich she is. Nope. Money does not buy class. Please remember that. Lesson learned. Even by Master Zen standards, money doesn't buy class. Class is what one makes of it. It would be so cool to see Timmy just do her for once. And one would know what that means. Tootie is just boring. The other girl, Vicky's sister that loves Timmy, she's just boring. Nothing to say about her. The anti-fairies are supposed to be the villains, but are pretty cool and deserve to destroy everything. They're like the plankton of this show from SpongeBob. They are the best characters in the show, especially Foop or Anti-Poof. Then there's Sparky and Dingleberg. The last characters to talk about. Dingleberg is usually okay. Turner hates him, but oh well. Nothing wrong with that. Sparky is not as bad as Poof, but is a spoiled brat just like Timmy. He just sits there all day and does nothing all day, just like a grasshopper. Remember the book, The Ant and the Grasshopper? That's what he pretty much is, and nothing else. Unlike every other dog out there in the world, in reality, he gets everything he wants. He never gets told to shut up or stop barking or that he can't eat people food. He just acts like a person, for Pete's sakes. That's what he pretty much does. Seriously, what kind of pet is this? All he ever does is screw around all day long and has no intelligence whatsoever. Yeah, one of the laziest characters ever seen, other than Poof out there. Poof. The plots are so redundant in this episode. Just like SpongeBob's randomness, Timmy Turner wishes for something big just because he has a little problem. It becomes a disaster right away, and it's fixed. Then he wishes everything back to normal. The end. The plots are recycled over and over again. Not in every episode, but a lot of the times it is. There are puns, bad puns out there. And the winner is Boop, spelled backwards. Please attack someone next time that is heard. There will be a rant on Grow Up Timmy Turner, that live-action movie from 2011. The episodes will be discussed later. Well, that sums up this long rant. Sorry for rambling this whole time, and sorry for speaking ill of something. Also, Timmy Turner needs to go to 6th grade or 7th grade. He needs to lose his fairies already. He's had his fairies long enough. He needs to learn to be more independent. Gosh, he couldn't do anything without his fairies. Even use the bathroom, probably. Or wipe his rear end single-handed. Well, sorry for all that mushy talk. That's all there is to say for this rant. There will be some more rants coming up pretty soon, including one on SpongeBob, another video that has to do with the Fairly Odd Parents, and a few more things. That's all there's to say for this review. See you on the next rant. Sorry for rambling. Anyway, nice good night.